Hiya, so back from my holidays, had a lovely time. Wife's out for the afternoon, kids are just chilling because they're exhausted, so I've got an hour or so just to have a go at continuing with this flat inner wing on the old Morris. So this is where I've already been an hour or so actually, tidying the place up. It was a bit of a mess, so I moved things around a bit and just packed things away a little bit. So this is where we got to last time, which is super cool. When I look at it again after not seeing it for a little while, I'm still very, very pleased with things. Look what that is. Anyway, I did notice there's still a pinhole here on the weld, so I'm going to go over that. Probably not today though. Today, excuse me, for me is all about trying to unpick this area and install this part. So looking at it closely-ish, I think the previous work has left part of this panel in place. So you can see here, it should go all the way into the seam of the door. If you take that as a reference, these holes here are the holes for the door restraint. So, and if I look on the inside here, well, I can't see the hole. Well, of course I can't. Unless, of course, I don't know. Again, I don't know what I'm doing. Kel surprise. What I am going to do though is I'm going to cut a line around about here, and this is going to be the line I'm going to cut. That needs to come out. So I think, see, I'm pretty sure that's the, yeah, look, there's something going on here anyway. It's been plated, hasn't it? Yeah. So I think I'm going to start by unpicking this area and seeing what we've got. The reason I'm keeping this is gives me a point of reference for everything else. I'm going to have to take this apart a bit more. I cut down there, but I can easily weld that back up again. So I think the job, I might drill these out. Because you know what, I might get lucky. I might be able to drill them out and this just comes away. And then that might make things easier. So that's my first job, a little bit of drilling. Right, so I didn't really do any drilling out in the end because this is all going to come away anyway. This was plug welded onto this plate here, and that only had one tack left here on this bent piece of metal. So that's now loose. So I've measured down from here the set. I'm going to cut through here, and it will just drop out. That's the plan anyway. And that's going to be generally my line now for all of this assembly. I can then cut this piece into suit, and then just make sure everything's aligned still. I've still got, in fact, I'll take some measurements before I do that now of the spacings between these two holes. And that will do. So yeah, I think the next shot you'll see, that'll probably be cut out. Right, so it's about 197mm down, so I'm going to start cutting now and I can see where we get to. Okay, so that went quite nicely. I had to go all the way around in the end. I have to cut this out anyway. It's been a lovely neat cut. So let's see if this pulls out together. It should do. It's promising. There's not much exactly holding that in, is there? Oh, what have we got? Oh, there's a little weld up there. Let's see if let's persuade that to give up. Oh, I don't like this hole. Alright. I'm just going to get the angle grinder onto that. Right, actually I'm going to turn the music off, I hate it. Right, that's better. Right, managed to cut through there. Let's see what horrors are revealed. So this is our first proper look into the bowels of the inner sill. Oh, the horrors! Ah! Actually, it's pretty horrible, isn't it? That is pretty horrible. Oh, poor girl. Poor knackered girl. I forgot. Any more spark plugs? This is actually, I know what this is. This is technically known as fluff. And we have acorns. Has there been a mouse? Did the mouse drag the spark plug into the box section? Who knows? And a big old pile of rust to match the other big pile of rust down there. I think, team, that this was definitely worth undertaking. This poor girl was rotten, wasn't she? Okay, now I've got a confession to make. I haven't got any more zinc primer. Again, not planning ahead very well. So I can't really weld any more of this up again. And I don't think I really want to, because it is a mess. But what I would like to do... Oh, actually, maybe I can't do that now. Oh, no, I can. I would like to start looking at this floor pan, because I've got some good geometry here where the old one was. I can leave this inner sill, so this piece here is an extension effectively. I can leave that in place whilst I cut out the floor pan, which is over there. And now that I can see behind here, I can get a better understanding of where this all lines through. So I bought the one with crash. So I'm going to turn the camera off and line things up. So there's the front section of the floor pan. This lit section here, this part, is this part here. And I've got the outer sill part just there. Now, what I can do is take and cut out part. I don't think I'm going to do all of the old floor. So I can cut the rotten part out and I can line this up to go back in. Again, I won't be able to weld it in place because I haven't got any zinc primer. I've got some coming tomorrow. But at least I can start with the geometry and work things out a little bit, which is going to be quite challenging, but it's needed. And then this evening, I need to order up some more parts. I need to order up the hinge post, inner and outer here, and the floor extension piece, this bit. And that's all I need to do, I think, for the time being. And then that's everything. I've got the B posts. I'll go on to that section later. I don't think it's too rotten around there. Maybe I'll wire brush that. In fact, that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to wire brush that area off just to see and make sure the rest of the floor isn't rotten. So I think I'll be stripping out the seat belt, taking the seats out, and just having a poke around in that area just to see exactly what we're dealing with. That's a good idea. Right, well, I haven't really started wire brushing anywhere. Can I turn on... Oh, I can't turn on the flash. That's annoying. But I had a good look underneath and quite pleased with what I see back here. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Certainly nothing like the front. So, old man noises. Right, so this is where the floor pan bolts to the cab and bolts to the chassis. And I think it's had work here in the past. I remember a long time ago it started making some creaky noises, but it wasn't too bad. I mean, I'm not going to pretend that this chassis is amazing because it clearly isn't. Oh dear, that's not good, is it? There's a patch repair anyway, so what do we expect? And if it's just a hole, then I'm sure we can deal with just a hole. Again, I don't think it's totally rotted out. That's not. So this is looking a bit crusty around here. Oh dear. That's not good, is it? That's not good at all. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Stupid car. That's quite a big hole, isn't it? Well, it appears to be just a hole. I mean, it's not. It's not everywhere, is it? It's had so much welding. I'm amazed I didn't. Maybe I know a little bit what I'm looking for now. I realise what's welded and what isn't. Okay, so I think I need to get the tool onto there. That's what I'll be doing now, just to see what we're dealing with under there. Maybe it isn't too bad. Forever the optimist. But on a good note, this is all pretty solid. Now I've got a new B-post part here. So the whole reason I'm looking at this, I want to potentially keep the back half of this floor pan. And I think I'm going to. It's not. A bit of surface rust there. So that's not too bad. Oh, that's pretty bad, isn't it, there? And then under here, this part had gone crusty. But it's not holed. I think that's can be kept, really. It's just, yeah, gone a bit grotty there. But I can't get my screwdriver through and I can't see in daylight. This is a worry though. I wasn't necessarily expecting that. Important piece of structure as well, as it holds the back of the torsion bar. This is the torsion bar there, and you can sort of see it. It's like an adjusting arm that side. Not that you can do too much adjustment with it. Oh, doesn't sound very good, does it? Good God. That's a lot of rubbish coming out of there. Not cool. Oh, look at that. Probably isn't a very good video for you guys. It's not a very good video for me either. I'm on my back. One hand camera, one hand screwdriver, so I'm not going to apologise too much for the camera work. It's quite fun, isn't it? Just, oh my God, it's full of rust, like totally full of rust. I'm gonna have a little look around there now, I think. Right, so I'm gonna get the sander onto things here and around the back here on the inside. But I'm, good news floor pan, bad news chassis. So there you go. I never cease to be surprised. I thought I'd just make a start on getting around here rather than crawling under the car again. And look, tons and tons and tons of filler. Again, I never knew that was there. Am I surprised? No, not so surprised anymore. Have I got a replacement part? Yes, so that's good. Anyway, so I'm going to bring this back and then get underneath, see what we've got. Oh, I didn't really want any more surprises, but that's exactly what today's turning out to be, really. So I think I'm going to have to change the whole floor pan, which is not what I expected to do. But then you get what you get, I suppose. So it's all pitted and holed down here. You can't see it too well. And the whole of this weld here is all gone. Lifted all the way through, really. If I get a screwdriver. Left it under there, didn't I? Yep. So, oh, that's better, you can see. So this is all gone here and here. And that whole weld, it's all rust accumulated in there. That bit's okay. And then we know it's a mess here anyway. So I think it's going to have to come out, isn't it? The whole thing. Oh, what a nuisance. So I'm going to have to tease. So I don't want to take everything all out again. I'll be left with a big fat mess. So, and it probably is the right thing to do. Looking over there, I haven't even had a proper look. Yeah. And I'm also wondering if once this is off I can then take a closer look at inside the chassis and see how bad it is under there from the inside. I know it's got a top plate on it, but we'll see. So yeah, this isn't going the way I thought it'd go. I'm not surprised. Right, I'm just disappointed. So yeah, I've got some blades, so I can probably take the floor pan out. Shouldn't be too hard, should it? It's all there. And if I do the whole floor, at least I've then got these holes around here and at the back. There's some form of alignment. I need to carefully unstitch the bottom part. So this part here. Yeah. Okay. I'll have a think about things and see what I can do. Okay, so taking some more of this original paint off, and you can see where the weld was for the new floor pan. So it probably had a new floor pan in the past. You can see a hole down there, and you can see why this needs sorting out. It's probably repairable, but it's not something I really want to be doing right now. I've got the part, let's do it. I've ground down here so I can find the plug welds. I think I can drill them out, and I can cut this out neatly too. So there we are. Such fun. Can take some measurements and then start cutting. Okay, so I've taken some measurements. You can see it's pretty mangled around here anyway. Isn't quite right, but it's good enough to work with. It's basically just the outside edge of this seam. To that point there is actually the measurement, but I'll probably cut to here, then I can always take some more out. So I'll probably come a few mil away from the line just to give something to work to, and then I'll unstitch this and then I'll unbolt the back and take the welds out. I don't think I need to support anything because I'm going to keep this cross member. There's two cross like infill pieces here. They're going to stay there, and you've got the cab back in place. So, and I'm going to keep this in for the time being. So I can't really see anything dropping, to be honest with you. It's all going to be supported by the other side, and the bulkhead, of course. So I'm going to cut that out. I'm hoping there's enough wiggle room in there to get the new one in, rather than strip everything out. I'm not doing that today. Anyway, so wish me luck. Right, dogs are woofing, kids are screaming. I am splitting out footwells. So I've cut through there fairly neatly. Like I say, hopefully I'll give myself a bit of wiggle room there. And then I'm going to start chipping away at this. Pulled that one out. They're quite hard to find, so I'll probably chop into it and then find them and trim them out if I have to. So yeah, a lot of unstitching to do. Well, today is one of those days, isn't it? So this went quite well. I think I've managed to blunt out my drill bit. So then I went for the hatchet method, which you can see. It's not tidy, it's not pretty, it's not clever, don't do it. And then I teased them open and managed to get the angle grinder down here. So if we ignore these ones in the middle, it's gone relatively well. The reason I'm taking my time rather than just chopping everything out, I want to use this piece of the sill as strength to hold everything together. And also I can easily bend this back into profile and it will give me a guide for where the floor needs to sit. So that's pretty much cut out. I need to get into here and here. And I don't need to get into there because there's nothing left. And I need to cut down the back here and unbolt there. And then it will come out. Just like that, it'll just come out. That's what's going to happen because, it just happens. So a bit more faffing around and let's see if we can get this one out. I'm not really in the mood for trying to get the new one in or mess around with it anymore. Been spending a few hours on it already and yeah, I'm just a bit tired to be honest with you. So that's the plan. Let's see if we can get this out though. That would be good. That would be an achievement. It is one of those days. So I'm trying to unbolt the back. I'm thinking, where are the bolts? Of course, they're behind that pressed piece of steel. There you go, there's the bolts. I can't, that's not the bolts, it's a hole. Where are the bolts? There they are. I can't capture the top because many years ago the body shop put a cover piece on. So now I'm having to hack that off, which looks to be, I'm going to try and keep it. I mean, it's a piece of bent and tack welded on, so I'm going to cut neatly down here. Tons and tons of filler, but it should give me enough to peel this away when I can get to the bolts. Alright, that's what I'm going to call it for today. I'm hot and tired. So it's been quite an epic struggle to get all this exposed. I've managed to get the bolts out. You can see I've had to cut all this out. I'm not too sad about that. You can see there's a lot of filler in there anyway, which is fine, but we can think of a neat solution. Also noted that the cab was never bolted down. The cab back was never bolted down. Had a couple of tech screws, but nothing more than that. I've come to realise that I'm probably going to need to put some support on this corner just to lift the cab up a little bit so that I can slide the floor pan out. It's underneath this part here. It shouldn't be a problem. I'm not going to lift it, crank it up just to take the weight off of it so it can slide out and I can slide the new one back in again. Yeah, it doesn't look like I've done much, but I spent hours doing this. And then tomorrow maybe I can spend some more time maybe cutting the old one out. Yeah, quite a large job, but I am pleased that we're doing it. There's more evidence of rust down there anyway, so yeah, that's it from me really. I'm gonna get some rest, I think. I'm just tired. And thank you very much. Any comments or advice or help, it's always appreciated. And thanks for subscribing if you have. I also appreciate it. Sorry I sound a bit miserable today. I am. But, that's good. Let's be happy about that. Yeah, a lot of work to do. But I think, are we breaking the back yet? I think once this side's in, we're at least halfway there, surely. Yeah, Yeah, still dreading this side. Dreading it. It's going to be the same, isn't it? It's going to be the same all over again. Yeah, holes all through there. Yuck. There it is. Oh well, at least I kind of know what I'm doing now. Anyway, maybe another little video tomorrow. Thank you.